Okay, well, it's time for day 2 of the MS150. I woke up about an hour ago at 5 o'clock. It's 44 degrees. It's supposed to get up into the 70s. Looking forward to another 75-mile ride. I'm Ben Zavan, and you're watching Road Dogs.
Well, the second day of the MS150 was a much nicer day. Sunshine all day, dappled clouds, cool weather, no rain, much better experience. Not that riding in the rain is a bad experience, it's just a much harder experience. We started out the morning in Hinckley, Minnesota. Went and had more pancakes from that same awesome pancake machine. We got everything packed up and grabbed our bicycles and headed out. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to record early in the morning on the first day because of the rain. But there's a hill coming down out of Proctor, and there were, by one person's count, 22 flat tires at the bottom of that hill. It's a hill so that it's downhill, so you get going pretty fast. And there are a bunch of bumps and potholes and cracks in the road at the bottom. So coming across those potholes at high speed, you just slam your wheels into the pavement. I suspect that either people didn't inflate their tires enough and hit those cracks and just slammed everything into the rim of their wheel and caused a puncture that way, a pinch on the rim. Or they overinflated their tires before they left, and when they hit that pavement, it caused a sudden increase in tire pressure, and any weak spot just blew. But it's actually, last year it was worse, because last year somebody crashed and they're bleeding from the head in that corner. So I guess I'm glad it was just flat tires. On the second day, I tried to get more footage of, some footage of flat tires, since I didn't get any the first day. And there were still several. There weren't as many, but there were still several flat tires, particularly in the morning. It kind of tapered off in the afternoon, but so I guess it's not actually that surprising. Out of 4,500 people, 22 flat tires is not hardly worth mentioning, except that you see them all at once. I guess it's Toro's 100th anniversary of being in business, so they took the opportunity to set up at the 100-mile mark and celebrate their 100 years of business, as well as the fact that we'd all bicycled 100 miles. So that was kind of cool. There's something about bicycling. It's really being in a group and having a crowd. It kind of helps. It kind of gives you a little incentive to keep going. It's almost like you feed off the crowd a little bit. So it was a nice little boost there at 100 miles. Only 50 miles left to go, which is a long ways. But it's only slightly longer than some of the training rides that I did this year. Last rest stop in Hugo, White Bear. Not actually sure what city the last rest stop was in. I think it was Hugo. It was on Bald Eagle Lake. Only 8 miles from the end, but man, that is a hard 8 miles. There's a lot of bumpy road, and at the end there's this big hill. And I unfortunately I had a problem with my video camera. Anyway, at the very end there's this hill up Highway 120 to Century College, and as I rounded the last corner onto 120, there is one of the I don't know what they call them, crossing guards, route pointer people. They tell you where to go and let you know when it's safe to cross, that kind of thing. I come up to the last corner, and this woman on the lunch shirt wearing a bright orange vest says, "It's all downhill from here," and I knew she was lying like a cheap rug. And the best part about that was I came around the corner. Right in front of me is a hill. Not even the last hill up to Century College. It's a hill before the hill, and it's almost as tall too. Because I got up to the top of that hill, and I was almost even with the top of the final hill at Century, which actually was great because I managed to cruise down that hill and hit a green light at the bottom and have plenty of momentum getting up to Century College. Last year, I remember that hill was so terrible. And I got to the top of the hill, and there was this huge cloud of cottonwood seeds just fluffing through the air that would have made for just amazing footage crossing the big inflatable finish line. But oh well, technology fails sometimes. I want to thank everybody who donated to my ride, and everybody on my team. I believe the tally last time I checked was $1,035, which is huge. It's far more than I would be able to do on my own. And you know, it goes to a really good cause. I don't personally know anybody who has MS, but I know people who know people, and I know a lot of people who know people who have MS, and I'm really proud to do this work. And you know, it's not work. The hardest part is doing the actual fundraising, getting the word out, and having an event like this to concentrate getting the word out. Really, it helps me, because if there wasn't something that I was really good at, like bicycling, that I could gather my energy around, and gather my friends around, and gather my social network around to help out this cause, I wouldn't do it as much. I mean, I do try to donate to charity. I'm not up to 10% of my income yet, but I am incrementally moving there every year, and it's something I encourage everybody to do. And hey, if you want to donate to my bike ride every year, great, I love it. Thanks for watching. Thank you for donating. It was a great trip. It was a great year, and I'm looking forward to next year, no matter how I do it.